The high-flying Minnesota Vikings are 7-1 on the season. They've won their last 6. The Bills are 6-2, coming off a loss to the Jets last week. The Bills are favored by 5.5 going into this game, but the problem is their quarterback, Josh Allen, has an elbow injury, and at this point in time, we don't know if he's going to be able to start or not. If he starts and plays and that elbow's okay, the Bills will probably roll, but their offense goes through him, running the ball and throwing the football. If he can't go, it's probably going to be Case Keenum. He's only attempted 7 passes on the season, so I don't have a lot of faith in him running this offense and scoring a lot of points. But Minnesota's doing it on both sides of the ball. But I love Justin Jefferson, their young wide receiver. I love Thielen, what they've got running at the wide receiver core. And now they've got T.J. Hockenson that they just traded from Detroit. He had 9 targets and 9 catches in his first game with his Minnesota offense. So they should be rolling offensively, but they're going to be playing a pretty salty defense with the Buffalo Bills. They're in the top 5 in just about every major statistical category, Coach.
It will be an interesting game. I don't know about Josh Allen, whether he can play or not. It makes all the difference. I agree with you. You mentioned the backup. He's thrown 7 passes, completed 2. That's not a real good percentage, so it's not quite the same. But the Bills, Mark, after losing last week, they now have 2 losses, and both of them are basically in the conference. And so the Jets are in the driver's seat this. So now they're worried about a playoff. They're going to have to be focused. They're going to have to play well. And I think they'll respond after last week. I think they'll play very, very well. The Vikings, you can't say enough about Jefferson, the wide receiver. You know, anytime you find a good quarterback, you find a receiver playing very, very well. And that's the case with Jefferson, as you mentioned. I think the fact that the Bills can run the football a little bit better, I think they will find a way to prevail. I think that they will beat Minnesota by a score of 31-24. But Minnesota's definitely in the driver's seat in that division.
I look at this football game. The Bills are favored by 5.5. That's if Josh Allen plays. If he doesn't play, that number's going way down, and Minnesota may be favored in this football game. But here's the thing about Minnesota. Last year they had a defensive-minded head coach. Now they've got an offensive-minded head coach. Last year they lost the one-score games. This year they're winning those one-score games. So this team's got faith. Even if they're down by a couple of scores against the Commanders and still came back and won in the fourth quarter. For some reason, when you look at this, Captain Kirk Cousins has this team believing right now. And at 7-1, I'm taking the points, the 5.5 points regardless. And if Josh Allen doesn't play, if it turns around and Minnesota's favorite, I'm still taking the Vikings in this game. I got the Vikings winning this game regardless, 30-17.
I don't believe there's any way the Bills lose 2 in a row, Mark. That's why I think they will find a way to prevail in this game.
If I'm a defender for the Minnesota Vikings, I'm going after Josh Allen's elbow if he's playing in the game. And if he's not playing the game, it doesn't matter because their backup isn't going to be any good. Case Keenum's decent, but he's no Josh Allen.